Welcome to another episode of NACIC Bible Stories. Today, we're diving into an incredible story about friendship, forgiveness, and a very special mission. Imagine being given a job so important that it would change your life forever. That's exactly what happened to one of Jesus' closest friends, Peter. But it all started with something unexpected. Picture this. The sun is just starting to peek over the horizon. The sky is painted in soft pinks and oranges. The waves gently splash against a small fishing boat bobbing on the water. Inside the boat are some of Jesus' disciples, including Simon Peter. They've been out fishing all night, casting their nets over and over, but not a single fish. Peter wipes the sweat from his forehead and sighs. "Nothing," he mutters. The other disciples look just as tired and disappointed. Hours of hard work and nothing to show for it. Just when they think it's time to give up, someone calls from the shore. "Hey, do you have any food?" The man on the shore shouts. The disciples, too far away to see clearly, shake their heads. "No," they reply. Then the stranger calls out something unexpected. "Throw your nets on the right side of the boat, and you'll catch some." The disciples glance at each other. Who is this guy? They've been fishing all night. How could moving the net make any difference? But something about the man's voice makes them want to obey. So, with a bit of hesitation, they heave the heavy net to the other side. Suddenly, the net is so full of fish it almost rips. The disciples gasp as they struggle to pull it up. Fish are flipping and splashing everywhere, and the boat tips slightly from the weight. John's eyes widen in disbelief. "It's the Lord," he whispers, realizing who the man on the shore really is. Peter doesn't waste a second. He jumps right into the water and swims toward the shore, leaving the others to haul in the massive catch. When Peter finally reaches the shore, there stands Jesus, a warm fire crackling with fish already cooking on it. The familiar, comforting smell of breakfast fills the air. The other disciples soon arrive, dragging the net packed with fish behind them. Jesus smiles at them. "Bring some of the fish you just caught," he says. So they add some to the fire. Jesus hands them bread and fish, sharing a meal like old times. The disciples are overjoyed. Jesus is alive. This is the third time he's appeared to them since his resurrection, and it feels almost like things are back to normal. After breakfast, Jesus looks at Peter, his gaze kind but serious. "Simon Peter, do you love me more than these?" Peter, a little surprised, nods. "Yes, Lord. You know that I love you." Jesus replies, "Feed my lambs." There's a moment of quiet before Jesus asks again, "Simon Peter, do you love me?" Peter shifts uncomfortably but answers again, "Yes, Lord. You know that I love you." Jesus says, "Tend my sheep." A third time, Jesus asks, "Simon Peter, do you love me?" Now Peter feels a pang of sadness. Why does Jesus keep asking? Doesn't he know? With a heavy heart, Peter replies, "Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you." Jesus nods and says, "Feed my sheep." Why did Jesus ask 3 times? Maybe it was because Peter had denied knowing Jesus 3 times before his crucifixion. This moment wasn't just about forgiveness. It was about giving Peter a special mission. Jesus was telling Peter that loving him meant taking care of his followers. Feeding the lambs and tending the sheep were ways of saying, "Take care of my people, be a leader, guide them, and teach them." Peter's heart swells with purpose. Jesus trusts him. He's given a new chance to prove his love by serving others. From this moment on, Peter would take his responsibility seriously, leading the early church and spreading Jesus' teachings. But why is this important for us today? Peter's role didn't end when he passed away. The mission to care for and guide the followers of Christ continues through leaders today, like our chief apostle. Just as Peter was commissioned to feed the flock of Christ, the chief apostle carries on this responsibility, ensuring the church stays rooted in faith and guided by love. And so, the once hesitant fisherman became one of the greatest leaders in the history of Christianity. His faith, tested and strengthened, became an example to everyone who felt they had made mistakes but wanted to make things right. Jesus' love for Peter didn't end with his mistakes, and it doesn't end with ours either. No matter what, we can always return to Jesus and find a new purpose. This story teaches us about forgiveness, responsibility, and love. Jesus showed that even if we make mistakes, we can still be trusted with important tasks when we choose to follow him. Peter's journey from denying Jesus to becoming a leader reminds us that our past doesn't have to define our future. The key lessons are: 1. Jesus gave Peter a special commission to care for and guide his followers, showing that true love for Jesus means caring for others. 2. Leaders continue Peter's work today. The chief apostle and other church leaders continue to fulfill this mission, guiding and supporting the flock of Christ. 3. There's always a second chance. Just like Peter, we can be forgiven and entrusted with important roles, no matter what mistakes we've made. So remember, when you feel like you've messed up, don't give up. Just like Peter, you can always find your way back to Jesus and discover a new purpose. Thanks for joining us on this episode of NACIC Bible Stories. We'll see you next time with more stories that bring the Bible to life, just for you. Till we meet again, stay safe and be blessed.